It was a squeaker, but the Jags managed to cobble together a victory over the Raiders in Las Vegas yesterday. Here to tell us what happened and what the win means is Alessandra Pontbriand, sportscaster for WJXT News for Jags. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, thank you for having me. How crazy was that?
It was a nutty game.
But it was fun to
It
watch.
never got slow, right? It
No.
was always something back and forth happening in there. And okay, first of all, let's just start with the field goals because this was a
Yep.
game about field goals.
That's the first thing that I have on my list to talk about, actually. Cam Little's NFL record 68-yard field goal to end the first half. How awesome is that? He's had struggles the past few games, and then to come out with all the confidence in the world before halftime to kick that is just remarkable. And he had extra room, too, past the goalpost. So,
We
yeah.
knew he was capable, right?
Oh,
Because
yeah, because
in
he
the
had the
preseason
70-yard in the preseason, so you knew he could do it. He just had to get back to his roots, and Gary Smith from the Florida Times Union did a great story leading up to the game about how Cam Little went home, kinda went back to his roots to be able to get out of this, slump, and obviously it worked because what an awesome field goal that was. He beat Justin Tucker's previous record of 66 yards, which was set in 2021, and then also, like you mentioned, the field goals, Cam Little kicked the game-tying 48-yard field goal to send the game into overtime. So he had and it wasn't just him on special teams. I mean, Austin Trammell had a huge return in overtime to set up that game winning touchdown. So, and then the Raiders did really good on special teams as well. So, how awesome is that though? That was, I mean, I think he's like 21 still. Yeah, I think he's 21 years
wow,
old. Yeah, he kicked a
amazing.
68-yard field goal. It is pretty
Record
amazing.
setting. And, I mean, it was a fun game for Trevor Lawrence too, right?
Yeah, but you have to give it to him. Trevor or Liam Cohen said that Trevor was throwing up all night and all morning because he was sick.
Really?
Yeah, he was sick. He came out, had that, horrible interception in the end zone. But after that, he played well for someone that was throwing up all night to be able to go out and win the game in overtime.
And running 2 touchdowns.
Right. And he lunged on top of the pile to score the game winning touchdown OT. He was 23 of 34 for 220 yards. And like I said, the interception in the end zone in the first quarter. But I mean, to be sick as a dog, literally, and to go out there and still be able to lead your team to victory is pretty remarkable.
He's a trooper.
Absolutely. But we have to talk about running back Travis
I
Etienne.
wonder if he was too sick to go to the Waffle House afterwards. What do you think?
I don't
Okay.
know. I don't know.
Just
I'll
my
ask
first
him
thought.
that
Okay, sure.
though. But Travis Etienne also had a really big game, 22 carries for 84 yards. He added a few passing yards as well. So I think he had 115 total yards in the game. And the offense ran through him. And that's what Liam Cohen has said leading up to this game. He said, we gotta get back to running the ball. Like
Mm.
we've gotten away from that. That's really why they've lost the past two games. But the offense ran through Travis Etienne, and obviously they were able to win the game. So huge game for him, but also the depth of this team. I mean, Travis Hunter was placed on IR, by the way. We don't have an update yet on exactly, what he suffered with that non-contact knee injury, but we'll probably get an update this week. Tim Patrick, Eric Murray, they were ruled out. De'Ami Brown, Brian Thomas Jr., Jordan Lewis, all were injured in the game. Hunter Long was injured in the game, so they
Wow.
only had one tight end on the entire roster that could
Wow.
play at one point in the game. And so, the depth of the wide receivers and the defense backs really, really showed up. I mean, you're talking about Tim Jones came in, had a crucial first down catch at the end of at the late in the game to set up the game tying field goal. Parker Washington led the team with 8 catches for 90 yards. I mean, they really had to go into, kind of the players that don't get much playing time. The players had to be called up. Austin Trammell was called up to play in the game, and he had, crucial plays to lead to the win. So, yeah, I mean, it's nice to see that you can go deep into your, wide receivers room, your defensive backs room, and you can still pull out a victory.
Talk about the very last play of the game because it was a great defensive move that really saved the Jaguars when the Raiders were trying for this 2-point conversion to win.
Yeah, so Geno Smith passed to Brock Bowers for the 2-yard touchdown. Brock Bowers is a Georgia Bulldog. He is just really, really good. I believe this is his second year in the league, and he's just one of the best tight ends. And he really had his way with the Jaguars defense. But Devon Hamilton, he swatted the pass away on the 2-point conversion, and that really sealed the game. That ended the game. And Devon Hamilton, he's kind of like a quieter player that not many people talk about, but he's an awesome guy. I've talked to him a few times. I've done interviews with him. He's so nice. And, the players rave about him when they can. They say he's one of the best nose tackles in the league. He's, like I said, more of a quieter player people don't really talk about, but what a way to come up big in that part of the game to end the game and seal it with just swatting away the ball. And so that's awesome for him. I know Josh Hines Allen said after he didn't see it, but he heard like the thud of like the ball like being swatted away. And then he turned around, he saw that the Jaguars won. He was like, thank God I'm exhausted. Because they took it all the way down to the end of the overtime, which is 10 extra minutes after playing 4 quarters.
Sure.
So yeah, how awesome was that win? Now they get to take this momentum into the Houston Texans. Next week, they're at the Texans, who they beat at the end of September here in Jacksonville.
But still a big rivalry.
Oh, absolutely. You got to win this game. This is a big game. It's their only second divisional game of the season. And so they have 4 more coming up late in this season. So they really need to win this one.
Alessandra Pontbriand, love seeing you. Thanks for coming in
Thanks.
post Halloween and doing the recap.